afternoon. Good afternoon. It's Wes the CEO, and today I'm going to be going over my mentality and my psychology going into December in the fourth quarter and just my trading journey and how I've been going about trading. So first of all, I want to say that I'm a great chart pattern. I can recognize great chart patterns, okay? And pattern recognition is my A+ thing. That's my thing. And I love to scout the 9 EMA, and I love to trade over VWAP and under VWAP. Okay, I love pre-market, and I like previous days lows and previous days highs. I love to watch the volume as it come in as well for great breakouts. So today, I want to just tell y'all and show y'all how I was a scalper and I was profitable of a lot of money, right? I made a decent amount of money scalping. That's what I mean to say. But it's just like I wanted to make more and I wanted to level up after I was consistent for some months and after I showed myself discipline and showed myself that I can play the same strategy consistently. So moving forward into December, I've been move to move trading. And leaving November, it was actually going wonderful. And I was suffering more drawdown than I usually do because I'm a scalper. But move to move, I've been suffering more drawdown and I'm noticing I have to cover my calls or cover my puts and I have to get a better price as the day go forward, okay? So the contracts I'm trading, they don't got a lot of volatility in them, so I do have to cover my trades a lot. But let me go ahead and show y'all the trades and the mentality and my psychology. I'm gonna show you my catalyst, I'm gonna show you my setup, and I'm gonna show you my trades that I took. I'm gonna even show you my stop. And I'm gonna show you exactly how this trade went and how I was thinking about it. Okay, so I got the SPY chart pulled up, the S&P 500 for December 9th. I'm gonna bring you to the daily chart and I'm bringing you to the higher time frame to show you how the seller stepped in on December 5th from the 688 level. And they stepped in with a nice amount of volume and they closed with a nice amount of volume too. As I bring you down to the hourly, you can see that the buyers had control within the first hour, but then the seller stepped in within that 2-hour range and they kept it pretty controlled and pretty much under the 688, 687 level. So going into pre-market and after hours, the buyers came back in, pushed it up, and I seen volume on the close, a real big volume bar of 19 million. So I was expecting the buyers to keep control. But then as I seen pre-market on the 8th of December, the seller stepped in aggressively, and I'm gonna pull it down to the 10-minute. And you can see the seller stepping in aggressively with volume as we curl under the VWAP levels of 685, and we held beautifully up under the 9 EMA for the sellers to continuously push it down into the 681 and the 682 levels. At that same time, I was noticing Bitcoin was selling off extremely. And I was noticing on the 8th, I was looking at this trade as a technical trade for a catalyst setup and for a technical catalyst for a balancing setup. I was looking for the buyers and the sellers to start balancing out, and I was going to look for opening range break trade to the upside moving into December 9th, okay? So I was seeing the seller start to step in around midnight. And as soon as the morning hit, the seller stepped in aggressively. So I was expecting them to keep control of the momentum under the 9 EMA and under VWAP. But at the same time, I know if they couldn't push it lower than the previous day lows of 682, 681, then the buyers would step in, and that would confirm my balancing out setup, and that will confirm my opening range break trade that I took after the 5-10 minute mark. I was looking for an entry, and I can bring you down to the 2 minute. I was looking for an entry around the 683 levels. The 683 levels going into the 684 levels. And as I seen buyers step in and sellers couldn't take control around 634, I was looking to get in. And I was in around 683. And I was looking at volume come in. And this volume bar right here kind of put the sellers back down to VWAP. And when I see the buyers kept control above VWAP and the 9 EMA, that gave me a little bit more confidence to hold. But this where it got sticky at for me. And as we moved higher around the 684 level, around the 684 level, we started to pull back. And as I seen sellers push it to VWAP again, I was expecting it to break. As we held VWAP and I seen volume was low right here, and I seen that the sellers couldn't push it below 683. So I held. But then as we move forward into 685, I was thinking I can do $2, and I overtraded and I overheld, and they started to pull back, and I could have exited, but the contracts wasn't the price that I wanted, and I started thinking that it could pull back, and it started to bounce a little bit right here at VWAP, so I thought they'd hold. And as we broke VWAP, I kind of thought about getting in puts, and I eventually did once I seen that we couldn't get back above VWAP. So that's when I entered puts to the downside, and I was up a nice percentage. Then we pulled back, and then the extension right here is where they kicked me out of puts as well. So moving forward with this trade and everything, I feel like the opening range break worked. I didn't take profit up here when I should have, because I didn't know how to measure a good ATR move or a good price range move. I was looking for price to overextend, and didn't, and I overheld, and I didn't move my stop up to at least take some off when I should have. So that was a bad trading day for me today. But at the same time, I learned a great lesson today, and I'm learning that this is scalper type of market right now. I've been actually trading move to move, and it was going wonderfully. And now I'm learning that this is a scalping type of market. So moving forward, I am going to be scalping and getting a new feel for the market as we struggle to get back to all-time highs. So I'm just going to scalp, and I'm going to pinpoint more moves more accurately, look for my entries better, always starting with my stop, and I'm going to make sure that I have a better setup, an A+ setup that works out just how this worked out. But I'm going to take profit a little bit more sooner. Take profit way sooner than what I was even thinking, okay? So I just got to fix my psychology and fix my mental moving forward. But I want y'all to like and subscribe to this video, and comment if you got any questions or any things you want to ask me, or just say. Shalom.